is Tuesday, and of course, in the backdrop of that historic handshake, President Trump and Kim Jong-un meeting for the first time. There are people also in our lives who are not meeting for the first time, and that's why during the vows, Munambiwa forsaking all others. However, we want to find out, do men really move on? Is it possible to forsake all others? Should you be allowed to see Pondi X them and to communicate with them? To let me put this in perspective, Mankush, Pastor Kuria is in the building.
Present, sir.
Yeah. And Roy Karuhizi. Nice jacket.
No, me, I don't borrow.
Like you don't borrow like Pasi. Anyway, so
rent a suit.
Rent a suit for the television gig.
I wish you can visit my wardrobe.
I like the way he says visit, which means in the place lazima uingie.
And then go out because you don't belong there.
Yes. Okay.
That's why I'm using the word visit.
Visit. The hashtag to use is Power Breakfast on Twitter. You can talk to us. You can tweet us at Season TV Kenya, at Willis Raburu, at Roy Karuhizi, and pray for Pastor. And also the SMS line is 22422. We're going to be sampling some of your views, comments, and even suggestions from that line. So let's get cracking. First of all, Pasi, since we know the pastor here, and you've been married
4 billion.
For 4 billion years, 30
just
years.
Before dinosaurs.
Yes.
My son.
Yes, and Roy is your son. Why is it important to have your vow wakati unasema forsaking all others?
It shows commitment. Number two, if we use a bit of our brains and common sense, there is nowhere it says that you should hate all the others. It does not hate that. It does not mean that now all the rest that you are living are now your enemies. You shall never meet them again. Because when the lady is coming in my life, or whoever is coming in my life, have found me with these people. So to me, I think there is a lot of something we have to be done with manners. How am I relating with them, and why? What's the motive of me relating with them? I think if we go on that line, then everybody will be mature. You know, the problem of us Africans, sometimes we are not mature enough as far as love and whatever. Love and relationship are concerned. I was watching The Bold and the Beautiful from since I was.
And this is your example? Hold on.
Let him finish.
Just to put it in context.
This guy left this lady, this man left this woman, this man, blah, 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 blah. But they are still friends.
Lakini kwa hiyo Bold and Beautiful ni example gani? Manake kuna mtu alikuwa anaitwa Brooke ambaye alikuwa na the son, the father.
You should not build a Hilton of my era.
Okay, guys. Right. You guys are talking about TV before independence. It's very hard for me to relate to that. Yeah? That's you're talking about white colonialists.
You did not even understand when it was.
I know, I didn't watch colonialist TV.
Yes. Yeah? No one but you. But so in your reality, what do you think is let's I mean, it's, like you said, yeah, it's important. But again, what is the reality?
Do men move on? Yes.
Swali Buka.
Yeah. Do men move on? Yes, you're told forsake all others, and the question is whether men move on. But you can see through the most basic things. Yeah. Emptying a wardrobe. This guy talked about his suits. The rented suits company that is just joined. You know, he's using the, I won't say the Uber for suits, but
rent a suit. Ukura suit border.
Do these suits.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is, look at the wardrobe of a man, right? And you realize that where the habit comes in. Women are very quick to clear. They say, easy, we peleka to the less fortunate. She puts them in a huge bag.
Moja ikuje ni kala ya fulani ama ni the same.
Bas gone.
In a week.
She buys shoes, collects shoes after a while. She says, you know what? These ones have become tight. She doesn't want to say just she has added weight. She says it's the shoes that have become tight.
Zile Jesus sandals.
Yeah, still
zinahitaji saving. Jesus saves.
These shoes have refused to fit me, imagine. So she gets rid of them.
Yeah,
right?
Man.
She has a certain outfit she's been wearing, moves them off and gets rid of them. But when it comes to a man clearing a wardrobe, says, you know, this one was given to me by Star No when we're in Stad 1 and in Stad 4.
There's a lot of attachment.
Yeah, we start getting attached.
Right.
Men tend to get attached, which is the worrying part there. And that's why for ladies, it's very easy for them to move on. Men have a habit of getting attached to something. Once they're into it or interested in it, they get attached to it. Women have the, I don't want to say the maturity, but I have to be able to let things go. And that's where the weakness comes in. So that's why you'll find that it is a tendency of men then to go back to, what's it in the Bible written, that what always goes back to its vomit?
It's in the...
My God, we have all sorts of animals. Is it the pig?
It's a dog, isn't it? Yeah.
That
It's
always
a
goes...
wolf.
No, but there's
a question
in the Old Testament. You know, I don't trust the animals' uses, so I'm just going, okay. This
No, the animals, even God does not know the animals. It's his us who knows them. We named them.
I said,
Okay, let
me tell you.
created an animal, we called it a dog.
This guy really knows how to test God.
Yeah,
eh?
I'm like,
The same when he
yeah.
worships. Anyway, they say a pig wallows
Radi
in its
too.
mire, right?
Radi in a mark
They said
time.
a pig wallows in its mire. A dog goes back to its own vomit, right?
Right.
And that, I think that's why even men are called dogs. Because I think just by that practice enough just shows that they will go back. So I think for me, I think it's natural tendency for them to always keep those relationships. My question then begins in how does a woman handle the fact that your Jama is going to at least be a friend or acknowledge that ex. For women, when she's done, she's
done.
She's done.
And that's why they don't understand the way.
That's why she just makes sure she buys proper high heels so she can walk off like that.
Yeah, man.
Otherwise, in flats,
Sparks.
you know, in flats, in sandals, it doesn't look good when you're walking.
When you came to Nairobi, seeking for a job or doing whatever you came to do, you started kukaa katika hiyo kachum. You left that chum, you came to
the bed sitter.
you came to a
Haina
bed sitter,
kitanda.
then you
Haina
are
kitu
owning
zote
your own
tunakalia
house. Owning your own house does not paste your mind that you did not belong to that place first. So what I'm trying to say is, in the examination list, there is rights and wrongs, right? But the same at the same paper. Yeah. So in me, I have people that I'm still so close to, that we have grown together. We have done things together. But as far as now, whatever I'm giving to my wife is concerned, I should not give it to them. But that does not mean they're my enemies. But I cannot entertain some rubbish from them which will destroy my way of thinking. So when I say I leave them, there are areas of life that I have to leave completely, and I cannot entertain them as far as that area is concerned. But they're still my friends, because I'm not living in my own world.
Okay. Let me just say something here. Yeah?
Yes, however, even as you answer that question, so in your view, do you think men actually move on? Do they say bye-bye? Ama huenda tu wana...
You see, it depends. It depends with the IQ of that man as a person.
So you're saying men who don't move on are stupid?
No, excuse me. We don't all belong to the same knowledge.
Right.
The school this guy went is not the school I went. He did 844, I did CPE.
No.
You see, we differ. We differ in many areas. So we cannot stereotype something and say that this is how it's supposed to be. Because I know my exes.
You know your exes.
I know my exes. And whenever we meet even in the market, hi, how is it going? Fine. And I leave. But there are people who, how is it going? Hey, can we have tea? Now the same thing now
That's
starts.
the problem.
Yeah, that's the problem now.
Okay, the one thing we agree on, yeah, with my forefather. Yeah,
Or
with
CPE.
with my ancestors.
Or CPE.
Yeah, with my ancestors, the only thing I agree with them, yeah, is the fact that women need to realize a fact. We're in agreement that men struggle to leave behind things.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, not only in agreement. But is pastor saying that you should not maintain a relationship or friendship with these women? Or should you just keep a distant relationship with them?
And let me also ask the guys who are watching, do you think, even as we go into that phase, do you
your
think
ex?
that you should maintain a relationship with your ex? Ladies,
friend.
talk to us.
Should you?
And also gents, talk to us. The hashtag to use is Power Breakfast. The SMS line is 22422. That number again, 224.
You know
But
what
you
I'm
see,
saying
that
is what I'm saying.
highest degree of pretending.
Is what?
Highest degree of pretending. But because my ex, when I got married, when I engaged myself with another relationship, she or he did not became a cop. He's not smearing.
Cops, you mean?
He is not.
Hey,
He's not a walking cop.
bwana.
You know, he's not smearing. He's there. He's a human being. He needs me. He needs my attention.
He or her.
whoever.
So you're speaking for everybody?
Yeah, I'm speaking for everybody.
All right.
Yeah.
Because we are not living in this world to have hatred among us. Then now I hate you, I I tint you with all kind of dirty things.
Yes.
No, I demonize you. No.
Scatter,
It does not work like
But
that.
Pastor, we're asking you a question here. Are you saying
Then-
that I should have coffee with my ex or not?
No.
Not at all.
No.
Oh, but I don't
Are you
know.
waiting
I'm not
for
the
me to
guy.
explain my no?
Yeah.
I can have coffee with my ex, but what matters is what are we discussing? Because there are some nonsense I cannot discuss with her.
And then give you an example across one of the people that, most people like the Wasafi group, they are full of drama. Diamond has now bought the ex, or rather, I don't know if it's Baby Mama Hamisa, a house. However, Harmonize, I don't know how I'm sure, Harmonize has invited the ex to actually organize for him a gig that he's going to be performing.
That's
in
going
Dar.
beyond boundaries now. That's too much.
When you start doing business together.
No, let me tell you. What makes me and you friends, we call it in Greek, filio. We have something in common.
I don't know whether that's a
Filio, so there's
Yeah.
Philios, Eros,
Elos and agape,
agape.
and stouch.
Agape.
We have something in common. We have something in common with Loy, because we are sharing the same table as far as Mark Evans is concerned. But when we go out there, I might not say even hi, because I don't want to interfere with his businesses out there. I don't want to know him more. I want to know Roy, the only party he has uncovered for me. Where he has covered, he has his own secrets. You get what I mean?
Ananivulia nguo. How is it going to work? You cannot have conversations with your friend and imagine them naked.
You see, Roy should know me where I have uncovered.
Right.
Don't try to uncover
So
me.
is this the model for dealing with the ex?
Yes.
Yeah, but let me ask.
Show me that friendship we had, but don't go deeper to dig up.
But
then,
no,
then
my
to,
worry
to,
is- my
to,
worry is
to
actually-
bring back to alive things we did, things whatever we went, and you know that I'm having my present wife.
Willis, my worry with this man is
With this man.
with this man.
Right.
And remember, we are not discussing me. We are discussing a topic.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We got you.
But I'm saying with the views of my forefathers here.
Yes.
Yeah. Is that my ancestors here?
Pastor Kuria,
Yeah.
CPE.
Yeah.
Somebody protect me.
Yeah. During the
did
age of
protect you.
dinosaurs. Yeah. he's talking about having a relationship which he says he will try and maintain a mature relationship with
Right.
this woman.
Is it possible?
I'm a bit more worried about how women have to handle the issue, because we've already accepted that men indeed do go back to their.
Access.
Let's not call them vomiting this time. This is just an ex for now. Yes, but for the sake of respect. But are we expecting women to actually cope with this? Because the reality is, if that's the character of men, then it means that we should be accepting or asking our wives or girlfriends to accept that I will maintain or have a relationship with this lady. In terms of whether it's distance or not, it's still a relationship. Because I know, I believe the expectation of women is to actually shun this woman, to actually switch her off. Pastor is saying we should not switch her off completely.
And that
We should
brings-
maintain a friendship.
And
The expectation of your relationship, I'm telling you, for most women, is no. I don't want you WhatsApping her, texting her, sharing good jokes with her.
Why am I doing that? That's what I'm refusing. Because texting her, sharing blah 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 blah. That's what
blah, blah, blah.
That's what firing and bringing back.
Talking
the
to
flow.
fire. However, I have a question for you
So if
guys.
she comes with a good business opportunity
if I meet my ex accidentally, I should not pretend that I don't know her.
people plan accidents these days.
No, why should I do that? I'm not mature enough.
That's what I want to say. And the other thing is this, because yes, you might meet them, or you see when you, like you said, go to coffee, and what you're talking about is not necessarily eros. Like you're not talking about physical
Yeah.
attraction to see,
Erotic
but
attraction.
yes, but, and this is something that Roy has also raised as well, is that yes, the man amesema okay fine, mimi tutakuwa tuna meet tu, tuseme the man is you, nasema tuna meet tu to discuss anything. But on the other side, does this ex and women, knowing their emotional attachment, do they also have
Should
the
they allow?
emotional capacity to handle that? Roy atakuwa tu
Really,
ako na mtu lakini ananeguzia tu coffee, business.
We are not together here. I am not planning for our meeting.
Maybe it happened.
I'm in Nairobi now.
Restaurant.
We just
bump into each other.
We accidentally
clash. Hi. How are you? Fine. Okay, I'm still here. Okay, fine. That does not mean that we had planned for it.
But it should only be by accident.
No, it should only be by accident. What if I have not planned for it? If there is a plan, then you are doing something else. Now that's not now accidental.
Okay, so I'm asking you this. That's what we're asking about. Should my wife or girlfriend be comfortable with the fact that I am having a business relationship with my ex?
Should I be?
Yes. No.
The same.
Let's say, no, let me ask you.
Should my wife pretend that she does not know the friends they were schooling together? Should she know? Should she pretend that she don't know the people that they were booging together when I had not married her?
The fact that we're booking is worried.
I know, right?
It's very worrying. That
and the word
booking is the worrying part.
But when I'm driving and I'm with my wife, I know that guy. Oh, say hi to him. Hi. Then we go. What's wrong with that?
Now,
scenario.
Let me ask you: if your wife comes and tells you she met her ex-boyfriend and he's got a good contract for her, right, and a good
now that is ex.
Would you encourage?
No.
You'd tell her no.
Yeah.
And would you expect her to encourage you, given that the fact that you have come with your ex and she's offered you, there's a good deal going on down here, we can do this and make a lot of money together for you and your relationship?
I don't want it. I don't want it because that will be the beginning of now putting that kafaya back again.
You're the same one saying we should continue to maintain our friendship.
Excuse me, you are not getting me right, you guys. I say that I'm not living in my own world. I'm in the same world with my exes.
That's true.
Is it true?
Right.
Should I pretend that I don't know you when we accidentally meet? This is my point. This is my point.
My scenario is this. Let's play.
Entertaining the friendship and the relationship. That's another thing. That now belongs to these digital guys.
Yeah, this is the digital.
I've just refreshed the page and I've seen there's quite a number of SMSs. Even as we continue the discussion here, let me see. Guys, Ruth Kimeu from Kitui says this. Guys, you are joking. Once a friend, always a friend. But the big challenge is when you entertain each other.
Yeah.
I tell you, it's going to be bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nakubaliana na Pastor Kush ni Mr. Shitsheshwa Moses wa Shitsitswi Butere. Where? And then, hello, Raburu, my old pastor sent me a message that he misses me big and loves me.
Why are you sending messages?
Now that hold on. What I'm talking about now.
And my husband was so jealous and told him to observe boundaries. Did my husband react?
Your husband did the right thing.
And then Wamburu says, well, I guess he was meant to say Raburu. It is Raburu, not Wamburu. And so my ex-wife is very expensive and than the wife. There's no need. And then someone says, why not? My ex to now maintain relationship depending on how we parted. Oh, it's about to get interesting. He says, I even named my firstborn boy my ex's name.
Oui. Let me ask you.
That's to have strings now. That's to have a lot of...
you see, this is... Okay, let's accept where pastor is coming from. And I think the thing is, I believe, yes...
Where is he coming from? No contact or essential...
He says only accidental
contact.
meets,
right?
No maintenance of friendship, right? But I've said in today's world, exchanging and friendships are the nature of today's world. It's the nature because the ex will probably hear of something and say, hey, Nani used to be good at this. Let me communicate. Because it could be progressive for your relationship to actually have knowledge or understanding or good friendship with your ex. When I say good friendship, I do not mean
constant communication.
Regular communication. I mean a good understanding distance relationship. Pastor is making is at one point saying that you should be friends, but at the same time turning and treating this woman like, as he said, like an accident, right? But you already had a long-standing relationship with her. And I believe people you meet in life should always be progressive towards your growing, your future life. In other words, when you come into my life, you have added some sort of value. And tomorrow I might need that little value come. So if I know that she was either an actor, a musician, a doctor, I could get her a client just by virtue of I met someone and I remembered my ex does this and that. Pastor is saying, because of that distance, I should then say, no, that person should not come to my mind at all. But I believe in maturity of relationships, which men rarely have. Yes? Right. We should be able to say, you know what, we're just friends, and hey, that's good for her. I can make the phone call.
There's something
good. That's what I'm asking. Is how big are those boundaries? Because I know the expectation of women is that not only do you distance, but you should hate that person.
Here we go. I'm going to play a couple of scenarios.
Should that be the case? I am not disagreeing with it. I'm just saying, should that be the case? Should I be in a situation where I actually hate? I believe that at some point, that because you met as friends, you should live as friends. Which means there's a possibility of me communicating with her in future. Because it's nature.
Let me paint some couple of scenarios.
I'm not saying encourage it.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying encourage it.
3 different scenarios very quickly. Your yes or no's, because this is let's try to accommodate what everybody thinks out there. And this is to both of you. I'm going to 3, yes or no. We are at a supermarket. We are buying stuff. I meet my ex.
What? Buying?
We are buying.
Him is looking at stuff. He's not buying.
I meet my ex. Natuko pamoja. Do I say hi or not?
You should say hi.
Because definitely.
But is that the expectation of women? Like you say, they expect you to hate, like not to say hi. Ignore.
Let me say something here very, very important. When I'm newly wedded, my wife is so jealous with me. And she think by me saying hi, I might
be encouraging, yes.
But as we grow, priority changes. And as she see how mature I am, she's going to give me freedom. Because freedom and maturity, they goes together. Because she knows that I am responsible. But when I am not responsible, even as we grow, she'll never trust me.
Yeah, totally.
You get what I mean?
Yes.
So I should not say a capital no to all my exes. No.
All right.
But I should not be planning for our meetings.
Yes.
I should not be SMSing my exes. I still love you. I miss you. That's nonsense now.
Scenario 2, and this one also, maybe Roy, you can help me out. Exactly what you said. We are having I know, for example, in this scenario, girl X, right, works at place Y, and there's an amazing opportunity, and knows that Roy is the perfect fit for this job. So
should you reach out?
Yeah, so if she reaches out to Roy,
is that wrong?
Is that wrong? Will Roy's girlfriend or wife
should she have an issue?
I think the issue here is with the maturity of the girlfriend of Roy. Yeah, because if Roy is going for that job, which will be earning to benefit the family, but not to put ties to the ex, I think it's okay with me.
So yeah, that's what we're saying. What is your expectation of the reaction in terms of if she gets annoyed and says never, will you be disappointed?
Well, I'll wait for her to grow old. As far as maturity is concerned.
And what if the other thing is, again, I'll ask also for Roy's help, and this is the same. Say you guys, you were partners in a business. When you met, you knew that Aikitune and Afar, and it was doing well.
Should you break it?
So now, should you now split and say Ata shares to watch it? What happens in that case?
I don't think that is lacking of upstairs, because whoever is coming in my life knows where I'm getting whatever is maintaining us.
Yes. These guys of analog, they don't think in terms of lifts, they think in terms of upstairs.
I'm the same, CPE,
lift.
wasting an
and then Roy, I should not be you to fit in your shoes. I am myself.
I am Mankush.
I'm Mankush. But let me tell you something, my brother. All we need here is discipline and maturity. Those are the important things, because I don't think I should keep on mixing my wife with other, or my wife should keep on mixing me with her. We changed, but changing our occasions does not mean that we once did not live together.
Right, let me take some few more comments. Sorry, Roy, before you comment. So, okay, let me just take one, and somebody says, my ex-boyfriend still makes those long calls to me and reacts when I talk about another guy, though he doesn't want me back. And then, of course, we're going to be getting some of them on
that's
the
why I'm trying to tell Pastor that if the boundaries are very aggressive, if it's anything cool.
By aggressive, you mean don't talk,
text, look away from each other and what? Some of those boundaries create a sense or a need. Because remember, I started by telling you a dog goes back to its vomit. If it's made something worth rebuking, what tends to happen is it creates a very tense situation. I am of the nature that in the world we're living today, it's very social. I'm not saying encourage, But I'm saying it's a very social world where exchange is neither considered a strong connection of any sort.
What about the peculiar habit?
I am saying,
Really
there's a lot of maturity. I agree with him. Unfortunately, once every 6 months, I agree with him, according to the seasons, right? Every 2 harvests, I agree with him. Now, unfortunately, he has a strong point in the sense that it requires maturity.
Yeah.
But I think in today's maturity, then I should be comfortable enough to expect my husband to communicate with this woman, yeah, in a way that will enable them to do something that is progressive toward my relationship with my husband. But should I change on the guy and get angry? I am saying you're sparking that dog to go back to it.
Vomit. Roy, Willie and Roy, I think we both of us went up to standard 3, even if we don't.
Even if you repeated 4 times.
In a sentence, there is something we call incremation comma and a full stop. Okay? I know when to put a speech or an engagement or a talk to a comma or to a full stop. Telling me that you are giving me a wrong call when I'm holding my phone. But the phone belongs to me. If I see that you are going beyond boundaries, I know where to put. I don't need it. If you are educated enough, you can know that I don't need that conversation. So you'll not come back to me again. What about if I entertain it? You'll continue.
Yeah.
This is manners. When I need manners in relationships.
So you need to switch these things off.
There's a funny tweet here by Brian Mukora, just like his name suggests. He said that I accidentally met my ex in the supermarket doing a promotion of Omo, and I bought 5 kgs.
For what? What?
5 kgs of
They are trying to impress.
He bought 5 kgs of the X of the soup.
The hashtag is about breakfast.
And he bought 5 kgs of the chick, or he bought 5 kgs of the soup. We're still not sure what the 5 kgs were.
Yeah, I don't know. We have some more feedback.
No, I don't know whether you're laughing at soap and you don't.
No, I'm laughing because why should I buy 5 kgs of Omo? Because just my ex is selling them. What are they for? Where am I taking them to? I better buy the 5 kg and leave them to her. Because she also need it.
Yes, let's take a look at some of the feedback as well from, this is 224 or SMSs or text? SMSs? Okay. William from Mombasa says, it's hard to do away with my ex. I always inquire for retirement benefits. It's because relationships and heartbreaks are now devolved. It's not the way it used to be before independence, aka pastor's time. And the next one, this is anonymous saying, I'm asking Pastor, suppose your ex became a member in your congregation, what would you do? And Alex Owino from Thika says, to begin with, the word forsake means abandon, to give up, to leave permanently, to renounce. For this reason, therefore, I have no reason whatsoever to relate to them. And then another anonymous says, hi guys, the show is good. In my view, being attached to your ex is not a big deal. It depends on how you are related. And the last one, Leonard Makari from Webuya says, maybe you're working in one place, or he or she is the mother or the father of your child. What do you do then?
Yeah. There are some things in life which are not accidents.
So the SMS is 22422, just for those of you who are
some things which are not accidents.
Because you like discussing accidents all the time.
Yeah, they are. Me meeting you, having relationship and going to beyond boundaries, that's not an accident. It's something we have planned. Why? Because we are lacking the full stops and commas in our lives.
You want more full stops, less commas.
I want both of them to work.
See, you can't have your cake and eat it. This guy is saying he wants commas and full stops.
Yes.
Let's be clear. Are you a full stop or a comma guy?
I am not a hypocrite.
You're not a hypocrite.
I know before I got married to my wife, I had my exes.
That's right.
Whenever I meet them, I should not pretend that I have never seen them. That's not me.
Can I ask you?
I will say hi. What does the hi mean? Just, are you okay? I'm okay. And I go. But not, are you okay? Yeah.
That's how you do.
That's now prolonging the, and I was still igniting the same fire that we had.
Okay.
I should have manners to stop that, because I know also she belonged to somebody else or he belonged to somebody else. Why should I go into the now relationship and start spoiling it again?
And
Because I was just an ex.
Isn't the problem, like somebody pointed out there,
Yeah.
saying that they go for what they're calling retirement benefits?
Yes.
Isn't
I think
that
that's a problem.
No, Yeah.
But you see, Willis, as I've said, I think Pastor talked about punctuation quite a bit.
commas and full stops?
Commas and full stops. Yeah? But as you know, guys of, what's it called? Hunters and gatherers. What used to happen in those days? They were very clear cut on what they wanted.
We are using butter trade.
Yeah. So him, you know him, he grew up with cowrie shells. Yeah? Yeah? So ukimleta ma Bitcoin, you just, cryptocurrency,
Itakuwa normal.
you'll hear the smell of burning rubber in that head.
That's why
Right?
I'm here to stop you.
Okay,
Full
now.
stop.
Yeah.
The thing is, he believes in full stops and he's denying it. This is a world of commas. That's the problem. I think that's where we are. We're in a world of commas. And I think sometimes we have to learn how to deal with the commas. Because it's not a world where people are putting clauses, complete clauses. Women expect complete clauses, but people are not putting complete clauses because it's a very ambitious world where people don't know what can I benefit from the other,
Right.
or knowledge from the other, or the friendship I gained from the other. And that's the problem. And I think Pastor doesn't want to say it, but clearly saying, lock it out, completely close that door, never have that relationship, never have that agreement. But, and I keep saying, it is easier said than done. And I think we need to learn how to deal with a situation where it could occur, right? Where we should prepare someone for the situation that I know of whoever, and I do not hate them. Should you ever see me talking to whoever, then there is no problem. And I think that's a challenge.
And speaking
But as
about
we're
commas,
saying, yeah.
we have the like that situation right there. Here it is. There's one that says, "Hello, good morning. We parted ways with the dad to my son, and I'm already married. So this lady is married now.
Yeah.
But she says I miss my ex every day,
Yeah.
especially the things we did together.
Oh, yeah.
He has never married.
Oh,
He tells
yeah.
me he only loves me. My mom never liked him. I don't love my husband, and I
Oh,
never
Lord.
feel anything for him. At times, I sneak and go to be with my ex, and I'm happy. We agreed he marries. Even if he marries, our relationship will still continue."
That's wasting a lot of your
My
time.
goodness. You know, I have to say this generation, yeah? We're in Willis, we have to accept his. And that's what I'm telling Pastor, the reality is we're not pushing the delete button today. Yeah? The delete button, actually, some people look at it and
Maybe
ask
it's
what
broke.
they ask what it's for. That's not what's this button for. Because they're always keeping stuff in the store. And the reason they're doing that is because they believe every relationship has its benefits and
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
pluses and minuses.
Financial or
and because
otherwise.
they're built here, so maybe I can do something, maybe I don't. Maybe we'll still be in the same group. Maybe our kids will play with each other, whatever it is. And I've acknowledged what he said, and I'm just asking: are past friendships dangerous? Is that all there, or can they be positive? I'm asking.
Well, I think it is. It depends with the way you take them and the way you view them. Because as a human being, if I have power to make decisions, I cannot be like this right now who is wasting a lot of time with the present person that she is with. Yeah, still her mind is
Is
still
old.
an old school.
What's it called? Storage.
Yeah, storage.
I mean, save.
Yeah, that's wasting people's life. Because you are going to damage his time, and then you are still going to damage his. At the end of the day, you'll be left alone. Because they also knows that my life must continue, even if she's not with me. So what I'm trying to say here, let us have power to make decisions in life. My decision that I made is, I got married to my dear wife, but that does not mean that I did not have friends. But the friends I had, they are not my enemies, but we don't have that wrong conversations to ignite that flame back again. And that one I can't allow it. Because that I will somebody's time, and I'll still waste my own time.
So what about that situation that I've just read? Like, what do you do?
No, for this lady.
Yeah.
That one is supposed to have pressed the delete button, surely, because she's talking about strong feelings. I'm trying to see is that are all relationships which are X negative? Can some of them add value to my even current relationship? Does it take maturity for us to understand that people can remain friends and still push on, right? If we fight a lot of things, are we creating more tense situations rather than actually dismissing the problem? Because sometimes ignoring is a form of dismissing a problem. Yeah, the fact that I make a big deal out of it is what enhances it. Yeah, and I'm asking, do I have to fight with my ex? for us to agree that I've moved on. Yes, in today's world, they don't fight. In pastor's time, they even start doing that thing of kufura. So they walk around, everyone just being annoyed around each other, not communicating. But today, that's not the situation. And I'm asking whether we should learn to deal with it or continue insisting that the delete button must be pressed. Yeah? But in such a situation, this is encouraging. That is different. I'm saying there's encouraging and there's keeping an open door. There's a difference between the door being open and me walking out to the door and calling someone. I can leave a door open for friendship, but I will not go to the door to see what's outside. Pastor is saying, close the door.
Completely, forget about it.
Completely close. Because according to the Bible, actually, you should be closing the door. If you look at it, it said forsake, right? Hiyo ni kufunga mlango.
Abandon, like you said,
abandon. Sio kuacha wazi kidogo. We're in a generation where people are leaving open doors. Then maybe our relationships will learn how to deal with open doors. And not in the denial that doors are closed.
So then what?
Maybe. I'm not insisting.
Okay. So what would be done in terms of, let's say, because those people who are saying, probably sitting down there, it might be very tense in a certain living room where both are watching and they're saying, saying, look, nani. So what happens if already a lady feels like the gentleman, guy is constantly communicating, not even constantly, but there is some level of what at time in this nation was called essential contact, where, you know, munaongea once or twice, or there's a business deal, or yes, sasa ni mdosi na when alikuanga client, like you can't help but deal with this person.
You know, life is like letter M. It starts.
It's got two bounces.
No, it starts down. It goes up. When it's up, something M forgets. It is still coming down, and then it goes up again, and up again. That's life.
It will always go up and down.
Sometimes when I'm not in good relationship with my present wife, I feel I could have gotten married to so and so. That's when I'm down. But I should have the control. I know that it is impossible. So I should share the mistake that brought me down so that we can go up again. That's what people are forgetting. Many people are writing wills when they are very happy. Or they are writing letters when they are very sad. That thing must have a mistake in life. And that's exactly what we are talking about here now. If at all I meet my ex and we say hi, she's alone, I'm alone, and we have a conversation in the supermarket, both of us are holding trolleys, that does not mean that she's now going to leave the wife or the husband and come to me. No. After our discussion, everybody will go home. So what I'm looking here and what I'm saying is, where is maturity? Because I think maturity will lead us to our destiny. Yes, we used to too, but now we are not. The Bible says, devil is like a roaring lion, but he is not. Underline the word like. So don't remove like and say, devil is a roaring lion. No. He is always like. So let me put this back to our relationship. We used to be, but we are not anymore. So continue with your life. I continue with my life, but you are still my friend. That is my point. It shows maturity. But if I keep on now insisting that because I'm in enmity with my present person now I'm living with, I should go back to no.
And that happens where people console and go and get consoled whenever they have problems. They go back to their ex, or once you break up sasa with the new one, you go to your ex and no nashtaki huyu mwingine unawaambia leo jamaa sijui alinifanya aje.
I can change the venue. I can change the location. I can go to somebody else because I know if I go to her or if I go to him, I know what will be next, because 1 + 1 does not need a rocket scientist to know it's true.
I challenge on one thing to do with hatred, yeah, and if the relationship is based on extreme hatred, it's actually harder to ignore. Do you know it's very hard to ignore your enemies?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I'm looking at the traditional way or expectation of you should hate an ex, right? The worrying part is hatred is work. It's like getting angry. Have you seen children sitting in the corner? You can see how hard they're working at. Because negativity is work. What I'm just saying is that make sure you end relationships with a positive outtake. Because if you end them with a positive outtake, actually the chances of going back could actually be less.
Right. Also, just
if you exchange them with a negative outtake, then there could be a chance of being driven so much by that hatred one day.
Let me just cut you short as well. What we're focusing on. Right. Just even as we continue, we had some feedback. Also, want to jump right back into that. We're talking about forsaking all others, and I see a lot of you guys have been sending in your tweets and your comments as well. Let's take a look at some of them. They start with some Twitter. Right, it should never happen. This is like using a sugarcane as your walking stick. You will chew it at some point. Zaka Kanamu. Kim Wala Music says, no need to talk with the exes. They can mess up your current relationship. Just keep your stuff under. Sheza Chini. All right, let's also take a look at some SMSs as well. The SMS line is 22422, and you guys have written in quite a lot. Let's take a look at what you're saying. I met my ex yesterday kwa mtaa, akaanza kuniambia shida za kwake. She asked me for some help, that is some money. Should I continue helping her when she asks? That is from Anonymous. Everybody has his personal life. Don't stoop or snoop rather on your spouse. The wages of sin is death. Utapatikana, fuata nyuki ule asali, utazoea upatikane. That's corruption. Then my ex still texts me asking for pension. Does she see me as an ATM? Or what does she mean? And then I hate when my husband chats with his ex. It's like he's giving that woman more value than me. And the last one is my ex is still in disbelief that we parted ways. She keeps on sending me love SMSs and wants me to marry her as a second wife. I fear my wife may see these messages. What do I do?
We should come back to where we came from. That there's full stops and commas in life.
Yeah, and full stops are needed.
Yeah. And there is something my friend Roy is saying about the deleting button. Some of these things, you should delete them because you know at the end of the day they are going to spoil and destroy your relationship, and that's why you have invested a lot.
I think, as the pastor said, you don't put the full stop, it means the sentence can continue. The sentence can continue when you don't put a full stop. That's the dangerous part about it. I am just saying, make sure that try as much as possible to end things on a positive note. The encouragement from our spouses is usually to end things on a negative. Negative is a very tense situation because it leaves lack of closure. That lack of closure means that if you run into this person, you say, vile tulimalizana na vitu vibaya, let's try and repair or make up that relationship. But when you leave things well, there's nothing to continue from. I get what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, maybe it's like a good-looking full stop. It's good.
Full stop inaanza tip.
Iko na ka weave pengine
anaongeza.
Iko na a weave on the full stop.
And makeups.
Some nice makeup and weave on the full stop. Na a bit of touches here and there of bleach for full stop.
Let me just
what I'm just saying is end it on a nice note. Then also you'll have less of a reason to re-kick it. If you end on a very bad
working
note,
with the sugar canes.
Whenever you see each other, there's that tension. That tension can create negotiation. I hope you're okay. I hope things worked out. I'm sorry, I didn't mean this go by. That's what you've started. But if you end on a good note, I know there's a danger that things could continue again or re-emerge, but there's also the positive value that you've got your life, I've got my life, and I've just made the world a better place. Right?
Right, let me take just a couple.
Trump has shown us that tension leads to negotiation.
Right, there's a couple more here. Will is having an ex, Amos from Nauru says, I agree with Pastor. If interaction with your ex are positive towards your current relationship and without affecting it positively, then go on. Put a comma if it's affecting, but negatively, if it's affecting negatively, put a full stop.
Yeah.
Somebody says, Willis, forget about your ex. It's the best thing, because don't tell me you will use sugarcane as a walking stick. You will surely, at some point, try to avoid him or her. I have seen conflicts because one is still in contact with his or her ex. To avoid conflict, even if it's possible, block them. Hey guys, Pastor Kush belongs to the old school order. In today's world, there is no delete button. Yes. That is Njadi from Kiambu. What about the man who comes after 4 months to see his children? That man full of empty promises. Some men are funny. If the lady is working and it doesn't contribute anything. Someone says, God says, remember the former things no more. Someone says, do you categorize a person you had an affair with while in marriage as an ex? Somebody says, my hubby used to text girls very early through WhatsApp and without me knowing. Ni madarao sana. And he's already carried away, and I've been married for more than 20 years. What do I do? Joseph Gishini from Kayole says, once I was working in a Mjengo site, our site manager used to rearrange me to suit where I had to work other than the rest. It so happened that the site belonged to my ex's dad. I was surprised one day when my ex visited the site, and I was promoted to oversee everything at the site, including managing the manager, earning more than my site manager. God alitumia ex wangu. Now I'm the caretaker of the building. Mimi silipi rent. God bless my ex. Okay. And somebody says, I'm married, but my husband doesn't function at home. We have 5 children. He likes house girls, other men's wives, those that the husband passed. And after a short or long period, you will hear abuses from that in other persons. So he's saying he's too much and he monitors me. He's 40, I am 40, and he is 54. What do we do?
You know, there are some which are movies. It was cinema.
Let me say something here. There is nobody in this world who is born with character. We form character. If you fail to form your character, or your character is formed in a disabled way, these are the problems which are going to follow you. So, as far as our past relationships are concerned, it depends so much with the character that we are living in. So let's form characters which will not betray us or destroy our families.
I think
even as you make your final comments.
I think today we have argued about, I think we didn't want to argue. Unfortunately, I had to agree with him at some point. These things happen. Unfortunately, you make friends where you'd have had more fun with enemies. Just don't get carried away. This is just for a few minutes. This is where. So we've talked about full stops, and I think the big story here is we're living in a world of commerce. Right? And in a world of commerce, the full stop still does have a role, but we need to change the nature of the full stop. We said we put a little bit of makeup on the full stop. That we can bleach kadogo. Sindio? Now, I have said the best way to end some of these things is not with an abrupt, harsh full stop. You put a comma, put the full stop in, but put it in the most comfortable way. And that starts by you just casually ending things where you've put closure. If you put closure, the chances of you coming back are not. If you put tension between yourselves and you keep heightening the tension, you know, for example, as Pastor was saying, if I come and find how are you doing, sometimes how are you doing, how are things going, how are the kids and what conversation is nice sometimes, Willis. You know why? It's further closure. Oh, how are you doing? How's the business going on? But if there's a tension of, I don't even want to know what you're doing, I'm making such a hard effort to not know what you're doing, curiosity will always be there. All right. I believe end things nicely, we're all comfortable, there'll be less tension and less issues.
Right. I guess thank you so much for your comments. Naona Pastor Shaza kupigiwa for his next assignment. I'd like to say thank you so much for your comments as well. I know so many of you guys sent SMSs, and some of you, them are personal problems that you're going through. I'd like to say thank you so much for entrusting us with that. What we would like to say also at the end of the show, we'd like to say this as well, that if indeed you are going through a serious problem that maybe you don't find the answer to here, it's also important for you to seek help from counselors, pastors, wherever you can, not exes. Just seek help from somebody who is able to look at the problem objectively. At the end of the day, though, I guess what we're trying to say is there is a maturity to all of these matters, and it depends again to what are your house rules, and you should adhere to those house rules for you to be a success. House rules, I mean what you and your partner have agreed on. What are we going to do when it comes to exes? It's different for different people, but adhere to those ones and always communicate.